I'm going to demonstrate the single rescuer spine friendly vomit roll. The idea is if somebody's vomiting, we need to get them over very quickly because we don't want them to aspirate, meaning get vomit into their lungs or choke. And so in order to do this, I'm going to place one hand, the hand that's closer to the patient's head, on their cheek, not putting it under their neck. I'm just putting it right here beside their ear. My other hand, if the patient is smaller, is going to be under their shoulder with my elbow at their hips. That way I've got the three weight centers of the head, the shoulders, and the hips. And then I could move them together all as one, trying to keep the head, neck, and back in line. Now for this one, their arm does not need to be all the way up, although it certainly could be helpful if their arm is up. If I'm working on them and I need to roll them over quickly, their arm may not be up. Unlike the stomach to back rolls, we don't need to go all the way over. It's okay if their arm here is wherever. The other thing to mention is that the bigger the patient is, the less you might be able to hold them like this, and you may need to move your hand here or even here to get more leverage. But of course, that's not going to be as spine friendly. If the patient's really big and you can't get them over that way, you could even grab onto their foot and just roll them over like that. But of course, that's way less spine friendly. Sorry. Okay, and so a couple other things to note here is the position of my knees. So I may have started close like this, but as I'm rolling the patient, I need to move the knee that's closer to their head back a lot, and the knee that's closer to their hips back a little bit. This knee needs to be back enough that I could get them over, but I want it to be close enough that I could then support their weight on my leg. This knee over here needs to move far back enough that I could place my elbow on my knee for support. So again, the knees, this knee back a little bit, this knee back a lot, and I end up in this position with the patient leaning on this leg, their head supported in this hand, and then I could use this hand if I need to manage the airway. I could let go because they're leaning on me. The other thing that's really important is when you roll them over, you get them just past 90 degrees so that they're not going to flop back down.